Hey, what's up everyone? This is SGrace21 and I'm going to do my final update and of my Slash 2-wheel drive. This is my last because I am officially retiring this truck. As of my last run, I did 119 miles an hour and my goal was 115 and I hit 119, and then I kind of moved my goal up a little bit to 120, but then I feel like I'm probably pushing the limits and don't want to ruin this beautiful truck, especially since it's the first Slash to ever hit 100 miles an hour and it's the world's fastest as of today. So this truck means a lot to me, and I don't want to ruin it for an extra maybe mile an hour or half a mile an hour or whatever it is exactly. So I don't want to be a hog and get slaughtered, so I'd rather be a pig and get fat and keep the truck, you know. So but anyways, I'm going to show you what I did, the changes when I hit 119, and then that will be it. So let me take the body off. The body hasn't been changed since then, just cleaned up and taken care of that way, but nothing new. I'll show you the couple adjustments that I did, and I'm very satisfied. I'm happy with this truck, and I'm happy that it's a true short course truck, Slash. Yeah, the off-nut body certainly isn't the short course body, but you can't run that a short course body at these speeds. It's just impossible. And you know, obviously the wheels and tires, so you have to run the GRPs or Jago foams or something. You know, the stock off-road tires just wouldn't work. But as you can tell, my chassis is black. I bought a new chassis not to make it look more pretty. With my last run that I did at 118, I always clean up the truck and check over everything. And in the very corner here, the bracket that mounts up to the shock tower to the chassis was broken. So since that little piece was broken, those tend to break anyways. I'm not going to try to chance it at these speeds. So I bought a new chassis, and I said, you know, what the hell, let's get the black. It looks a lot more better than the gray. So I just ordered the chassis and put that in. I had to remount my Hobby Wing ESC. I had it mounted here on the gray chassis, but I like the way it looks better down here. I was trying to offset the weight of the motor being on this side, maybe kind of offset the weight a little bit by putting the ESC on this side. But in the center is still a good idea. I just want to try to change it up. So yeah, the chassis, and just kind of reroute that. Just got the little Velcro strips on there. I was doing zip ties, but sometimes with a zip tie, if you do it too tight, you can actually kind of pinch the wire, and that's not good for the flow of electricity. And then in the back, there she goes. The 1415 Castle motor, the 2400 kV, comes with 4mm bullet connectors. I changed those out to 6.5 Castle bullet connectors. So now everything is true all the way around, you know, with the 6.5s here, and then now to these wires, the 6.5s that go to the motor itself now. So I did more of the Velcro straps around. I did around the wires here just to try to protect you know, anything hitting it like rocks and stuff, because I have a couple little marks on the motor can here, so I'm, you know, always worried about something nicking these wires out. So but yeah, those are it. It's kind of hard to tell because it's black, but yeah, those are because they're heat shrinked over, but these are the 6.5 Castle bullet connectors. And then I changed out the heat shrinking just on these wires. These come with 6mm, not 6.5s. If I could change those out, I would have done that. But I just changed out the heat shrink tubing just because it gives it a cleaner look, because it was an identical color. And then since I changed out these ones to black, when I changed out the connectors, these ones looked a little funky, being the blue and the yellow and orange. So I changed that out. And then right here was my gearing. Come on, baby, focused. That is 34-34. It's 1-to-1. Just an Integi and then just the XO1 pinion, and then the Integi spur. To tell you guys the truth, honestly, I think the 36-34 is better for this motor. I believe because I did 118 and it still had a little more into it. I think if I end up putting the 36 spur back on, I will probably be in a 120 or very, very low 120s. It seems that if you look at my run, the motor doesn't seem to wind out as much. It's not pulling enough speed, RPMs through the motor. You can kind of hear it, the difference. So I think 34 would have been more ideal to keep. But this is when I went out there, I did the 34 to try it, and it did hit 119, but it was pretty maxed out on this, and the motor temps got pretty hot. So I'm not going to try to put the 36 on there and run at 34 and just see and prove if I'm right or wrong. Like I said, I'm retiring the truck. I don't feel like killing this truck, so I'd rather push it in another vehicle than keep on pushing in this truck. But yeah, you can just see it. I changed out. I did have the Traxxas Stampede steering arms, but I just put the regular turnbuckles from the Slash on. They're a little bulkier and they were a little stronger. I had a wreck at like about 60-70 miles an hour a few weeks ago, and it smacked the front end and it just snapped them off. So I just replaced them. When I did that run, why I wrecked, this truck has been a total dream to drive. It's been so easy to drive. And the only reason why it wrecked is because the road I used, they had a lot of trucks, semi-trucks, moving dirt along the roads, transporting loads of dirt, and the road got pretty dirty. So when I was running it, as soon as I pulled up, I told my girlfriend, yeah, this road looks pretty dusty. And I was right. I had no traction. It was like driving on ice, and the truck got filthy. It's never gotten that dirty before, and that just tells you, I wiped the inside of the GRPs, and it was like pure black. So, but that was a few weeks ago, and then I brought it back out with a new chassis and stuff, and it broke my servo too. When it smacked the front, it broke the servo too. And the funny thing is, yes, this is the standard Traxxas servo, but I did have the 2075, and then I was ready to go for a run, and all I needed was a servo, and I ordered a new one, but it was taking forever to get here. So I have one in my Stampede, and I just used the servo from the Stampede. And if you look, that is the 2056. So I'm not really sure what the ratings are on that. I'm not sure if it's less than the 2075, a torque or whatever it is, but it worked perfectly fine on this truck. So still the 1 pound weight in the front. So if you guys are out there looking to achieve pretty ridiculous speeds with a short course Slash truck, true Slash, high center of gravity, nothing's changed on that. Like I said, really, it's just that motor, it's just the body there, and the wheels and tires, and really everything else is the Slash. Yes, you can put the weight and the bumper in the front, so you can kind of count that too if you really want. But everything is a Slash. You can run this and run this on my short course, or not mine, but on a short course track. Really, if I want to, I can take the weight out the front, take the front bumper off, and just put my RPM bumper back on, and throw some dirt tires on it, and raise the suspension a little bit, and keep these shocks, because they're bitchin' shocks. They're for the E-Revo, and I can go back out and throw my short course body back on there. I can go right back out there and start jumping this thing around. Obviously I would have to re-gear it again, but so I can go off-roading. But yeah, that's all I would need to really do. So I didn't really change a crazy load of stuff on this truck in order to do these speeds. So yeah, guys, if you want to go out there and run a Slash two-wheel drive over 100 miles an hour, you can run this setup for sure. Just a hobby wing, 150 amp pro, and then that's just a small. To me, it's small compared to Mama Monster. It's just a 1415 to 2400 kV from Castle. So this, I've never seen anyone hit 100 miles an hour running this motor. You get this from the Traxxas funny cars. So yeah, I haven't seen anyone hit 100 with this can. And this truck is kind of a lot for the first. It's the first two-wheel drive Slash to hit 100, and it's the fastest and the first to hit 100 miles an hour with this 1514 instead of going with the traditional 2200 kV Mama Monster setup. So it's a pretty sick setup, and I'm very, very happy with this truck. I truly love this truck. It's brought me a lot of happiness of how it just impresses me every time I take it out. You know, when I went out there with the tack-on motor, I hit 92, and I bet you that tack-on motor would have easily done 100 miles an hour. It was my batteries that were totally killing me on my speed, and then I went with thanks to John Racer X for telling me to get those nanotechs. They have a shitload of power. So I'm sure if I would have put, I still have it, I'm sure if I put that motor in there, a tack-on motor in there, and ran my my new 6S Trinergy nanotechs in there, it would probably do easily 100 miles an hour. I don't know how, I doubt it would go as fast as this, but with this motor, but it would have done 100 miles an hour. I did 92 with that tack on with my SMC lipos that were just pretty much dying. So, but yeah, everyone, thanks again. Thanks for all the shout outs, and Mumfordale 1, and so I don't think it's Mumfordale 1, but I know it's Mumfordale and all that. So thanks for the shout out for that, and just thanks to all the guys out there for watching me run these videos. I've had a lot of personal messages sent to me, and you know, a lot of haters saying this isn't a real slash and you can't call it a slash and everything else, but you know, you get that with these runs. I try to keep it as traditional as possible, just like my Rustler, and I think this is guaranteed one of the most purest two-wheel drive short course trucks doing 119 miles an hour out there. So you know, I'm sorry I can't run the short course truck tires and the body, but pretty much everything else is that's her. That's how she'll run. So, but thanks again, everyone. I just really appreciate it. Just want to say thanks, and this will be the last time you see this thing running. I'm not going to do any more videos on it because she's retired. If you look, she is super pretty and clean because I took her all apart, cleaned her up. Every nut and bolt came off this truck and was cleaned, and I do that every run anyways, but I don't really disassemble it all. I use my air compressor and blow everything and wipe it down, and then but yeah, so this thing was completely torn apart, and now it's going to be my little shelf queen of my trophy of being very proud of what I've done with a short course truck slash. So, but thanks again to everyone, and you guys good luck, and I can't wait to see you guys go out there and beat my record. Alright, take care.